I've been asked a couple times which brokers do I use and which ones do I recommend for Canadians. Unfortunately, here in Canada, we don't have many options to choose from, and most of them aren't really that great. So first off, I would like to go over the brokers I would recommend: Interactive Brokers, Questrade, and Wealthsimple Trade. Each of these brokers have their pros and cons, and I can't just recommend a broker without knowing your style of trading and your account size. Yes, your account size will make a difference in which broker I would recommend. If you have a smaller account size, say under $5,000, I'm going to assume you're a newer trader without a lot of knowledge on the types of strategies you can do. I'm going to assume you're mainly a buy and hold investor, and if you fall in this criteria, I would recommend Wealthsimple Trade for you. Don't let this discourage you. Everyone has to start somewhere. I started here as well. The only difference was that when I first started, Wealthsimple Trade didn't exist yet. The reason why I would recommend Wealthsimple Trade is because of the no commissions. When you're trading small positions, commissions make a huge difference. Say if you're buying 5 shares of XYZ at $50 and you have to pay a commission of $5, your average cost would then be $51. The commission alone raised your average cost by $1. But now say you're buying 100 shares of XYZ with the same commission. Your average cost would only rise by 5 cents to $50.05, and that's only factoring in the commission to buy. There's a commission to sell as well. The point I'm trying to get across is that as your account size gets larger, commission makes a smaller difference. But why would you even choose a broker with commissions over one without? One reason is because of better order execution. Because they don't rely on market makers that pay them for order flow, they can afford to find you the best price and liquidity to get your order filled the quickest. Another reason is because of the added features or products that you can trade. For instance, with Wealthsimple Trade, you can trade stock options, or you couldn't the last time I checked. But do you really need that feature? Do you know how to trade stock options? And I'm sure a lot of people don't understand how to trade stock options fully, and that is perfectly fine. I didn't learn to trade stock options until several years in, and even then I didn't know how to fully utilize it to its full potential. There's nothing stopping you from opening another account with another broker later in the future that would have the features or products that you would need when you get that larger account or when you become a more experienced investor. And I also want to note that Wealthsimple Trade does charge a fee to trade US stocks. Overall, I would recommend Wealthsimple Trade for smaller account sizes because the commission will make a big difference to your cost average. And on top of that, I would recommend for beginner investors that don't need all the extra added features, investors that will only trade Canadian listed stocks, and investors that don't trade stock options. If you trade stock options or if you trade US listed stocks, then I would recommend either Questrade or Interactive Brokers. Which one I would recommend depends on how active a trader you are. If you just do a few trades a month, then I would recommend Questrade. Otherwise, I would recommend Interactive Brokers. Questrade charges a much higher commission than Interactive Brokers, but Interactive Brokers has more account fees. So the more trades you make, the better off you are with Interactive Brokers. Right off the bat, if you have a large account, I would recommend Interactive Brokers as the size of your trades will more than make up for the account fees you would have. To find that sweet spot, let's do a quick comparison. I'm going to assume you have a small to okay size account. With Questrade, your stock commissions will cost you 1 cent a share with a minimum of $4.95 per trade, and stock options will be $9.95 plus $1 per contract. And ETFs are free to buy but will cost you 1 cent a share with a minimum of $4.95 to sell. I wouldn't recommend subscribing for the live streaming market data since you can get free snap quotes, and you can always get slightly delayed quotes online. So the strategy I would use would be just to wait till it comes close to my price target where I want to enter the trade and then use snap quotes to get the accurate price. With Interactive Brokers, commissions are much lower. You're looking at half a cent a share with a minimum of $1, and Canadian stocks will be 1 cent a share with a minimum of $1. With US stock options, you'll be looking at around 70 cents a contract with a minimum of $1 per trade. With Canadian stock options, you'll be looking at around $1.25 per contract with a minimum of $1.50 per trade. Unfortunately, with Interactive Brokers, there is no snap quotes to get accurate pricing. Basic US market data will cost you $10 per month, but if you spend $30 or more in commissions, that month is free. There's also a requirement to trade a minimum of $10 in commission per month. If you don't, Interactive Brokers will charge you the difference as a monthly fee. So in comparison, if you make around 5 or more trades a month, I might be better off going with Interactive Brokers. Of course, I'm not saying if you're already with Questrade and you make 5 trades a month to switch over to Interactive Brokers now, because that little bit of saving probably won't be worth the effort to change accounts for. But if you're opening a new account, you should consider Interactive Brokers. And of course, if you make way more trades than that, you should really consider switching over to Interactive Brokers, as the savings will definitely be worth your time and effort. When I first started trading or investing, I opened an account with Questrade. I only had a couple $1,000s to invest at that time, and I still have that account to this day. But I don't trade on this account very often anymore. It's more of a buy and hold type of account for me. I just make about 1 to 2 trades on that account a month. The reason why I opened that Questrade account at that time was mainly because of the commissions. Because most of the major banks charge a much higher commission fee. I traded on that account for about a year and was pretty successful. I really enjoyed it. One thing that I did when I first started trading was keep track of all my trades. I recommend this to all new traders. It was a way for me to reflect on my trading and see how well I was doing and what I needed to improve. As I was reflecting on how I could improve my results, I noticed I was making a decent amount of trades, which in return racked up a lot of commissions. And that was when I decided to open an account with Interactive Brokers. I moved some of my funds over, but I held on to the long-term positions on my Questrade account. Nowadays, my Interactive Broker accounts are my active accounts. It's my only account that I'm still funding, and the amount of commissions I pay on these accounts every year is well into the 4 figures. But at the end of the day, just choose the account that's most beneficial to you at this time, as you can always open another account with a different broker later in the future as you gain more experience and become more of an active trader. If you are thinking about opening a new account and you would like to support me in this channel, please consider using my referral link that I will leave in the description box below. And if you have any questions or if you have any opinion on another broker, let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and share the video. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to smash the subscribe button. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.